Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to read the book of Tobit out of the Apocrypha. Apocrypha is a short read. I'm going to read first, I want to say 3 chapters, and then depending on the understanding, we may go into the Good News Translation. So with that, it's lucky. I'm not going to waste any time. Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Wahar Ruach Kodash. All praise, honor, glory, and power to Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Bashem Yahushai, our Lord and Savior. That will honor and respect to the elders, apostles, prophets, and teachers of Great Millstone, which has taught and is still teaching this truth. Great respect to the fellow believers, the Akim and Yakwath, and the remnant of Israel, which includes the 144,000 and the 1/3 mixed multitude, promise mercy and salvation from our Lord. So I want to jump right into it. So let me share my screen. All right, so we're going to jump into Tobit. And I'll probably read maybe the first 3 chapters. Oh, wait a minute. I got something I did not do. Give me a second here. There we go. Save. Okay, there. Chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the words of Tobit, son of Tobai, the son of Ananel, the son of Aduel, the son of Gabal, and the seed of Asaiah, of the tribe of Naphtali, who in the time of Anamesar, king of the Syrians, was led captive out of Thebes, which is at the right hand of that city, which is called properly Naphtali in Galilee above Aser. I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the ways and truth and justice, and I did many alms deeds to my brethren and my nation who came with me to Nineveh, into the land of the Assyrians. And when I was in mine own country, in the land of Israel being but young, all the tribe of Naphtali, my father fell from the house of Jerusalem, which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, that all the tribes should sacrifice there. Where the temple of the habitation of the Most High was consecrated and built for all ages. Now all the tribes which together revolted in the house of my father Naphtali sacrificed unto the heifer Baal. I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feast. Salaki. Let me drink some water. Oh, snap. Hang on. Stop sharing. Okay. Okay. I was wanted to check something. But I alone went to Jerusalem at the feast, as it was ordained unto all the people of Israel by an everlasting decree, having the first fruits and tenths of increase with that which was first shorn. And then gave I at the altar to the priests, the children of Aaron. The first 10th part of all increase I gave to the sons of Aaron, which ministered at Jerusalem. Another 10th part I sold away and went and spent it every year at Jerusalem. And the third I gave unto them to whom it was meet, as Deborah, my father's mother, had commanded me, because I was left an orphan by my father. Furthermore, when I was come to the age of a man, I married Anna of mine own kindred, and of her I begat Tobias. And when he was carried away captives to Nineveh, all my brethren and those that were of my kindred did eat of the bread of the Gentiles. But I kept myself from eating because I remembered the Most High with all my heart. And the Most High gave me grace and favor before Anamesar, so that I was his purveyor. And let me see what purveyor means. Purveyor. A person who sells or deals in particular goods, a person or groups that spreads or promotes an idea, view, etc. Purveyor. See if there's any similar words. Seller, vendor, trader. All right. How was this purveyor? All right. So let's go back. Purveyor. And they went into Media and left in trust with Gabal, the brother of Gabrius, at Rages, a city of Media, 10 talents of gold. Let me reread that. And they went into Media and left in trust with Gabal, the brother of Gabrius, at Rages, a city of Medium, 10 talents of silver. Now when Anamesar was dead, Sennacherib, his son, resigned in his stead, whose estate was troubled that I could go into Media. And in the time of Anamesar, I gave many alms to my brethren, and gave my bread to the hungry, and my clothes to the naked. And if I saw any of my nation dead or cast about the walls of Nineveh, I buried him. And if the king Sennacherib had slain any when he was come and fled from Judea, I buried them privily. For in this wrath he killed many, but the bodies were not found when they were sought for of the king. And when one of the Ninevites went and complained of me to the king, I buried them and hid myself, understanding that I was sought for to be put to death. I withdrew myself to fear that all my goods were forcibly taken. Neither was there anything left me, besides my wife Anna and my son Tobias. And there passed 55 days before 2 of his sons killed him, and they fled into the mountains of Ararat, and Sarchadonus, his son, reigned in his stead, who appointed over his father's accounts and over all his affairs Acharcherus, my brothers and our son. And Acharcherus, entreating for me, I returned. I got to go back and read that. Acharcherus. Language is powerful. You don't know how powerful until you can't figure out what something is. I was hoping there would be a speaker so I can hear the sound. Okay. I will retreat. And Acharcherus, entreating for me, I returned to Nineveh. Now Acharcherus was cupbearer and keeper of the signet and steward and overseer of the accounts, and Sarchadonus appointed him next unto him, and he was my brother's son. I'm going to read that again. And Acharcherus entreating for me, I returned to Nineveh. Now Acharcherus was cupbearer and keeper of the signet and steward and overseer of the accounts, and Sarchadonus appointed him next unto me, and he was my brother's son. Okay. When I was come home again, and my wife Anna was restoring to me, and my son Tobias in the feast of Pentecost, which is the holy feast of the 7 weeks, there was a good dinner prepared for me, and in which I sat down to eat. And when I saw abundance of meat, I said to my son, Go and bring what poor man soever thou shalt find out for our brethren, who is mindful of the Lord. And lo, I tarried for thee. And he came again and said, Father, one of our nation is strangled. He is cast out in the marketplace. Then, before I had tasted my meat, I started up and took him up into a room until the going down of the sun. Then I returned and washed myself and ate my meat in heaviness, remembering the prophecy of Amos, as he said, Your feast shall be turned into mourning. Your feast shall be turned into mourning, and all your mirth into lamentation. Therefore I wept, and after the going down of the sun, I went and made a grave and buried him. But my neighbors mocked me and said, This man is not yet afraid to be put to death for this matter, who fled away, and yet, lo, he burieth the dead again. The same night also I returned from the burial and slept by the wall of my courtyard, being polluted, and my face was uncovered. And I knew not that there were sparrows in the wall, and mine eyes being open, the sparrow muted warm dung into mine eyes, and whiteness came into mine eyes. And I went to the physician, and they helped me, and they helped me not. Moreover, and Achiatarus did nourish me until I went into Elimas. And my wife Anna did take women's work to do. And when she had sent them home to the owners, they paid her wages and gave her also besides a kid. And it was in my house, and it began to cry. I said unto her, But whence is this kid? Is it not stolen? Render it to the owners, for it is not lawful to eat anything that is stolen. But she replied unto me, It was given for a gift, more than the wages. Howbeit I did not believe her, but bade her render it to the owners, and I was abashed at her. But she replied upon me, Where are thine alms and thy righteous deeds? Behold, thou and all thy works are known. Then I, being grieved, did weep, and all my sorrow prayed, saying, O Lord, thou art just, and all thy works and all thy ways are mercy and truth, and thou judgest truly and justly forever. Remember me and look upon me. Punish me not for my sins and ignorances and the sins of my fathers who have sinned before thee, for they obeyed not the commandments. Wherefore thou hast delivered us from a spoil and unto captivity and into death, and for a proverb of reproach to all the nations among whom we are dispersed. And now the judgments are many and true, and deal with me according to my sins and my fathers, because we have not kept the commandments, neither have walked in truth before thee. Now therefore deal with me as seemeth best unto thee, and command my spirit to be taken from me, that I may be dissolved and become earth. For it is profitable for me to die rather than to live, because I have heard false reproaches and have much sorrow. Command therefore that I may now be delivered out of this distress, and go into the everlasting place. Turn not thy face away from me. It came to pass the same day that in Ecbatane, a city of Media, Sarah, the daughter of Raquel, was also reproached by her father's maids, because that she had been married to 7 husbands, whom Asmodeus, the evil spirit, had killed before they had lain with her. Doth thou not know, said they, that thou hast strangled thine husbands? Thou hast had already 7 husbands. neither which thou hast named with any of them. Wherefore dost thou beat us for them, if they be dead? Go thy ways after them. Let us never see of these either son or daughter. When she heard these things, she was very sorrowful, so that she thought to have strangled herself, and said, I am the only daughter of my father, and if I do this, it shall be a reproach unto him, and I shall bring his old age and sorrow unto the grave. Then she prayed toward the window, and said, Blessed art thou, O Lord, my power, and thine holy and glorious name is blessed and honorable forever. Let all thy works praise thee forever. And now, O Lord, I see mine eyes and my face toward thee. I set my eyes and my face toward thee, and say, take me out of the earth, that I may hear no more reproach. Thou knowest, Lord, that I am pure from all sin with man, and that I never polluted my name, nor the name of my father in the land of my captivity. I am the only daughter of my father, neither hath he any child to be in his heir, neither any heir, kinsman, or any son of his alive, to whom I may keep myself for a wife. My 7 husbands are already dead, and why should I live? But if it please not thee that I should die, command some regard to be of me, and pity taken of me, that I hear no reproach. So the prayers of them both were heard before the majesty of the great power, and Raphael was sent to heal them both. That is, to scale away the whiteness of Tobit's eyes, and to give Sarah, the daughter of Rachel, for a wife to Tobias, the son of Tobit, and to bind Asmodeus the evil spirit, because she belonged to Tobias by right of inheritance. The self-same time came Tobit home and entered into his house, and Sarah, the daughter of Rachel, came down from her upper chamber. In that day, Tobit remembered the money which he had committed to Gebal and rages of Media, and said with himself, I have wished for death. Wherefore do I not call for my son Tobias, that I may signify him of the money before I die? And when he had called him, he said, My son, I am dead, bury me, and despise not thy mother, but honor her all the days of thy life, and do that which shall please her, and grieve her not. Remember, my son, that she saw many dangers for thee when thou wast in her womb, and when she is dead, bury her by me in one grave. My son, be mindful of the Lord, our power, in all thy ways, and let not thy will be set to sin, or to transgress the commandments. Do uprightly all thy life long, and follow not the ways of unrighteousness. For if thou deal truthfully, thy doings shall prosperously succeed to thee, and to all them that live justly. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eyes be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of the Most High shall not be turned away from thee. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity, because that alms do deliver from death, and suffereth not to come into darkness. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it. It's like it, all that give it in sight of the Most High. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. Slaki, which is not a father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the earth, inherit the land. Now remember, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them, for in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine. Let not the wages of any man which hath wrought for thee tarry with thee, but give him it out of hand. For if thou serve the Most High, he will also repay thee. Be circumspect, my son, in all things thou doest, and be wise in all thy conversation. Do that to no man which thou hatest. Drink not wine to make thee drunkard, neither let drunkenness go with thee in thy journey. Give of thy bread to the hungry, and of thy garments to them that are naked, and according to thine abundance give alms. And let not thine eye be envious when thou givest alms. Pour out thy bread on the burial of the just, but give nothing to the wicked. Ask counsel of all that are wise, and despise not any counsel that is profitable. Bless the Lord thy power always, and desire of him that thy ways may be directed, and that all thy paths and counsels may prosper. For every nation hath not counsel, but the Lord himself giveth all good things, and he humbleth whom he will, as he will. Now therefore, my son, remember my commandments, neither let them be out of thy mind. And now I signify this to they that I commit 10 talents to Gabriel, the son of Gabrius, at Rages in Media. And fear not, my son, that we are made poor, but thou hast much wealth if thou fear the Lord, and depart from all sin, and do that which is pleasing in his sight. Tobias then answered and said, Father, I will do all things which thou hast commanded me. How can I receive the money, seeing I know him not? Then give him the handwriting, and said, Then he gave him the handwriting, and said unto him, Seek thee a man which may go with thee whilst I yet live, and I will give him wages, and go and receive the money. Therefore, when he went to seek a man, he found Raphael, that was an angel, but he knew not. And he said unto him, Canst thou go with me to Rages, and knowest thou these places well? To whom the angel said, I will go with thee, and I know the way well, for I have lodged with our brother Gabriel. Then Tobias said unto him, Tarry for me till I tell my father. Then he said unto him, Go, and tarry not. So he went in and said to his father, Behold, I have found one which will go with me. Then he said, Call him unto me, that I may know of what tribe he is, and whether he be a trusted man to go with thee. So they called him, and he came in, and they saluted one another. Then Tobias said unto him, Brother, show me of what tribe and family thou art. To whom he said, Dost thou seek for a tribe or family or a hired man to go with thy son? Then Tobit said unto him, I would know, brother, thy kindred and name. Then he said, I am Azarias, the son of Ananias the Great, and of thy kindred. Then Tobit said, Thou art welcome, brother. Be not angry with me, because I have inquired to know thy tribe and thy family, for thou art my brother, and of honest and good stock. For I know Ananias, and Jonathan, sons of the great Samas, as we went together to Jerusalem to worship, and offered the firstborn and the tenths of the fruits. And they were not seduced with the error or of our brethren, my brother, of my brethren, and slightly, and they were not seduced with the error of our brethren. My brother, thou art a good stock. But tell me, what wages shall I give thee? Wilt thou a drachm a day, and things necessary as to mine own son? Yea, moreover, if we return ye safe, I will add something to thy wages. So they were well pleased. Then said he to Tobias, prepare thyself for the journey, and God send you a good journey. And when his son had prepared all things for the journey, his father said, go thou with this man, and God, which dwelleth in heaven, prosper your journey, and be the angel of the Most High keep you company. So they went forth both, and the young man stalked with them. But Anna his mother wept and said to Tobit, why hast thou sent away our son? Is he not the staff of our hand, and going in and out before us? Be not greedy to add money to money, but let it be as refuge in respect of our child. For that which the Lord hath given us to live with doth suffice us. Then said Tobit to her, take no care, my sister. He shall return in safety, and thine eyes shall see him again. Thine eyes shall see him. For the good angel will keep company, and his journey shall be prosperous, and he shall return safe. Then she made an end of weeping. Okay, what are we on? I think we're on chapter 5. All right, we're on chapter 5. I'm gonna stop there, and I'm gonna start with chapter 6 tomorrow. So, or later. So, so hang in there, hang tight, because I got errands to run or something to do, and so before we leave, I always like to leave my disclaimer. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of what just occurred with the brother Polite. He just got a 7-year prison term for molesting his girlfriend's daughter. Now, the prophets are going in on him. They're going in on him hard, which is, what is called by the scriptures. I recommend that you go to Great Millstone Prophets and watch some of the videos, because they cover so many different angles and areas of how this devil, this demon, how he came up against the Most High. Because when you do wickedness, you hate the Most High, and this individual actually hates the Most High. He has this one video of him actually shooting the Bible and saying now it's the Holy Bible. So I recommend you download that. And many of the other camps are there's saying they're misleading the flock about what the MOTB is. And there's another so-called Hebrew Christian who's sending misinformation about Jacob's trouble, which is right around the corner. So I recommend that you search out GMS videos, be edified by the prophets. My tool or my purpose at this point is to direct you to GMS to get the 100% truth from those that can deliver it, professionally and completely. I'm still on the milk, so we can share at my level. So remember the MOTBs out there. Don't take it. If you do, there is no redemption from you. There is no second chances, because during the grace period, which began, for me, it began in 2021, just before COVID. And I just say for me because it may have been longer than that, because the last days actually begun in the days of Yahushua. So there's much that I don't know, and I don't want to get the scriptures, and I don't want to mislead anyone. I will always direct you to the prophets. So, okay. So with that, I want to end off here, and we'll get back into Tobit to go more into it. I may do it in 3 parts. It's not really a long read, but it's very interesting, and I want you to soak it up and enjoy it. You can go back and read from where I start off and stop at 6, or you can go on if you want. But tomorrow I'm going to start on 6. So I hope that you got some edification from this, and I'll see you in the next get together. So with that, I'm going to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yashala, and Abba Shalom.